Hey guys, I thought I'd throw out a quick midweek lesson on how to create a killer blues groove. It's so cool the way a lot of these blues rhythm players do this. I've done a couple of different grooves. One of them is not super complex, it's just there. The other one's a little more complex, but we're going to go through them both. They're both going to be in the key of G. This guitar's in standard tuning, E, A, D, G, B, E. That's the first string, that's the sixth string. Hey, here's the first groove. Alright guys, now that you've seen the first groove, let's just go through it. So it's really an interesting way to play it. I've heard many blues players use these chords, use these formations. I've made them my own, and I want to just pass that on to you. Alright, so it's starting with this. Alright, and what is that? We're going up to the 5th string and the 5th fret. And then the 7th fret on the 5th string. And then the 5th fret on the 4th string. And then 3rd fret on the 6th string. And then we're going to take a chord formation. And here's how I make this chord, because it makes it easier for me to do this. I'll go. So here's the chord. I start with my 3rd finger on the 3rd fret on the 4th string, my 2nd finger on the 2nd fret on the 3rd string, and my pinky on the 3rd fret on the 2nd string. And I slide from 3 to 5, like that. All right. Okay, that's the first part. All right, now the second part, we're going to do the same thing we did to begin the tune, except we're starting on the 4th string. So we're going on the 4th string, 5, 7, and 3rd string, 5. And then we're going to hit on the 5th string, the 3rd fret twice. Now on this, we just I lay my finger right there, just across the top 3 strings, 1, 2, and 3 at the 3rd fret, and I slide up to 5 and back. Just give it that groove. Yeah. And then same thing as the beginning. Okay, so now this one's got a little different. You're going to do that same lick. Okay. Don't get scared. We're going to get through this together, and anybody can do this. So here's how I do it. And I play, finger style, so it makes it a little easier. And I learned a lot of my finger style stuff from listening to a guy named Joe Pass, who plays a lot of finger style. So I'm going to bar the 3rd fret with my 1st finger, and I'm going to play the 6th string. And then I'm going to play strings 2, 3, and 4. And I'm going to, at the 3rd fret, of course, because I'm barring, but I'm going to use my 2nd finger to hammer on to the 4th fret on the 3rd string. And then I'm playing a minor 7th chord. It's like an A minor 7th, but it's not, in this case, we're not using it as an A minor 7th, we're just using it as a passing tone. So, and what I do to play this chord, I put my 2nd finger on the 6th string at the 5th fret, and then I use the fat of that finger to block off the 5th string, and then I bar the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th strings at the 5th fret with my 3rd finger. Now, I don't have to worry. You can do these like that if you want, where you're playing, but I do it like this. And I like that because it gets that piano type sound because you're playing everything at once. All right, now the next chord is a B flat major 6th. Now we're using it as an extension again and as a passing tone. We just want a real bluesy, got that blue note in it here. And up here is just a G7, and we're in G. So what are we doing? I take my second finger, put it on the 6th fret on the 6th string. My first finger, put it on the 1st fret, the 5th fret on the 4th string. My pinky, I put it on the 7th fret on the 3rd string. And my ring finger here, I put on the 6th fret on the 2nd string. And I play only those strings. But if you're going to play it with a pick and just... You're going to let the fat of your second finger block off that and make sure this is kind of blocked off. I use the fat on this part of my first finger to block off the top string so I can play that chord. So, back to that A minor 7th and back to the original, and I do that little hammer on again, and then I do this. And this is actually something I learned from listening to Joe Pass. That last move I do, this. All right, but also I heard Kenny Burrell doing it. He played rhythm for B.B. King a little bit, and you can kind of hear him in the background sometimes, and I heard him use that a little bit. So it's pretty cool. So that chord is basically a G 9th there. You've heard it like that before, I'm sure. But... here's what we're going to do. We're going to put our second finger on the 4th fret of the 6th string, third finger on the 4th fret of the 4th string, first finger on the 3rd fret of the 3rd string, and just go down 1 fret. All right, now. All right, so what am I doing there? I'm doing basically the same thing I did the last time I played the C 9th. So, except the second time I'm going ba ba ba, going fret. I'm barring the top 3 strings at fret 5, and then I'm going 4 3. So, and then I do that move from the beginning. Just showed you that. Now, then I'm going to do the same thing in D. So I'm just moving that whole formation up 2 frets. So 4th string, I'm on 7, 9, 3rd string, 7. And then 5th string, I'm on 5. And then I bar the top 3 strings at the 5th fret and go from 5 to 7 and back. And then I'm going to go same thing we did on the C 9th, and then do the exact same lick in the end. Okay, so what am I doing at the end? There's many ways you can approach that. I'm basically playing a C 9th, which is 2nd finger, 3rd fret, 5th string, 1st finger, 2nd fret, 4th string, and then I'm barring the 2nd and 3rd strings at the 3rd fret, and I'm just going 3, 4, 5 to get up to the D. All right, that's the first runaround. All right, so that's the first way to do this. All right, now the next one's going to be basically the same thing. We're just going to add some more chords and little licks to it. All right, folks, here's the second one. I'll be right back to explain it. All right, guys, so now that you've seen the second one, you can see there's lots of similarities between the two. We're just going to add a few more changes, excuse me, and we're going to make it a little more interesting by doing that. All right, so the first part is just like the last one. All right, now what did I do there? All right, so basically when we did the next round on the C ninth, okay, all that is I'm barring at the 3rd fret of strings 1, 2, and 3, and then I'm playing the 5th fret barred 1, 2, and 3. Then I'm playing this chord, which is basically a ninth again, a C ninth, but with a different voicing. So what I'm doing is I'm putting my 3rd finger on the 7th fret of the 3rd string. My 1st finger is on the 5th fret of the 2nd string, and my 2nd finger is on the 6th fret of the 1st string. And then I'm playing, all right, basically a D7. And how I'm doing that, because I'm playing with my fingers, it makes it easier for me. I'm hitting the 5th fret first of the 5th string, and then I'm on the 4th fret of the 4th string, 5th fret of the 3rd string, 5th fret of the 1st string. All right, and then I'm going back to that. All right, now I go up to an E7th. All right, so what's happening there is I'm doing this sort of right? I mean, it's kind of a standard blues change there, especially when you get down in the old blues. All right, so what's happening there is I'm doing that move in G again. But then when I get back there, instead of going, I'm going. All right. Now, all I'm doing is going 5, 6, 7 on the 5th string. And when I get to 7, I'm playing with my 2nd finger on the 7th fret of the 5th string. 1st finger, 6th fret, 4th string. 3rd finger, 7th fret on the 3rd string. And that's an E7th. And then I'm going on the 5th string, 7, 9, and then 7 on the 4th string. All right, so what am I doing there? All I'm doing is almost the same thing that I did back here on G, except now I'm playing an A. So 5 on the 6th string, right? Everybody kind of knows that move, but if you don't, here's your big chance to learn it, right? Like, it was like an epiphany when I learned that move. I'm laughing at myself from back in the day. When I learned that, I just really thought I was something special, you know that? And I learned it off a Stevie Ray Vaughan album. Okay. And all it is you bar across strings 2, 3, and 4 at the 5th fret, hammer onto string 3 with your middle finger on the 6th fret. And then your 3rd, I use my 3rd finger, and I go 2, 3, and 4 at the 7th fret. And then I'm doing a little bit of a variation on that. So all this is on the 4th string, 7, 9, and then 3rd string, 7, and then 9 on 4th string, and 7 on 5th string. All right, and what am I doing there? I am going up to the D, and I'm playing D6 and walking it down to a D9. All right, so that is 12 on with my 3rd finger on the 4th string, 11 with my 2nd finger on the 3rd string, 12 with my pinky on the 2nd string on the 12th fret, and 10 on the 1st string with my 1st finger. And then I just walk it down. So we're going to base it on this. 10, 9, 8, right? It just comes down 1 fret. So it basically has the same ending. All right. So if you have any questions, feel free to get in contact with me about this. I I really hope you get something out of this lesson because I love playing these kind of grooves. And next time I do one of these little short lessons in the midweek, I think we're going to talk about how to play smooth lead guitar like T-Bone Walker or something like that. So let me know if that sounds like something you'd like to know about. If you want the tabs to this, they're over on Patreon. And you can either join, it's $1 a month to join, or you can buy the tabs. They're going to be like $7.50, I think, is what they're charging for them over there. So anyway, hey, hope to see you on Patreon. If you don't want to go to Patreon and you prefer learning from me here, please like and follow this because it really helps out my channel if you like and follow these videos that I make, and I love making them. And everything you do in that vein just helps me keep going with this. Hey guys, have a good week, and hey, I'll see you on Saturday for our next installment of the lesson series.